Hi everybody and welcome back to Redline. And today, as you can see, we're with a Caterham 7, more specifically a 360S. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different with this video. We've previously driven 4 of these. We've had 2 620s, 2 420s, and they've all appeared either on the channel or in the print version of the magazine. So today, I really wanted to talk about some of the things that we love about these cars because I really enjoy driving them. Every time we have one on test, we have one hell of a time with it. And yeah, I just wanted to share some of those things with you. Now, the first area of the car that I want to come to is the interior because, well, it's just completely back to basics. One of the things that annoys me with modern cars, and don't get me wrong, I love driving modern cars, there's some incredible stuff out there, but they're now just too clever for their own good. There's lots of big screens, lots of safety tech, lots of things that beep at you in a really annoying way, and you don't have any of this in a Caterham. You literally just have a wheel, a few dials, a few buttons, and you're ready to go. In fact, the only thing that beeps at you is the indicator, and it has to because the engine's loud, so you need to hear it. So yeah, I really love the Caterham interior. It's back to basics, and it just allows you to get on and focus on the job of driving, which is what it's all about. So let's discuss some things that we love about a Caterham, because I stand firm on this. There is nothing else quite like it. And to be honest, I'm surprised that these things are even road legal in this day and age, especially the faster ones like the 620s. How those things get let on the public road is beyond me. There's certain things, no matter which Caterham you buy, no matter how fast it goes, there's certain things which are translatable between each car, certain elements to it which just feel fantastic no matter which version you drive. The first of those things is the steering. I mean, it's just so direct. Wherever you point the wheel, the front end goes, and it's absolutely fantastic. Also, you get lots of feel and feedback through the wheel as well. You feel every little bump in the road, and it really helps you feel connected to the car. Then there's the gearbox. So in the 620s, you get a sequential gearbox, but here you've got a 5-speed manual, and the shift is lovely, the throw's short, you can feel it click through the gate, it feels lovely and mechanical. The throttle response, amazing. Obviously this 2-litre Duratec engine, loads of performance, loads of response, you move your foot and instant power comes through. And it's just a car that encourages you to drive it properly. You're always trying to rev match, always trying to heel and toe. And it's just a joy to drive, and it's really rewarding when you get a downshift just right. It feels so good. And then there's the chassis. These things are very nicely balanced actually. And you know what, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it would be a really unforgiving car and that it would step out on you quite easily, but it doesn't. Because you're sitting so close to the rear axle, you can literally feel everything that's happening beneath you. So you can feel it wanting to break away before it actually does. It's really communicative and really, really well. You know everything that's going on, trust me. The only time it will take you by surprise is if you're driving like an absolute cock. Or if it's quite cold out, you do struggle to get some heat into the tyres in these. I once had a 620S catch me out on a sort of slightly cold, slightly damp bank holiday Monday earlier in the year, and yeah, it caught me by surprise. But that was just because I couldn't really get any heat into the tyres. But on a hot summer's day like today, you really will struggle to make one of these things step out. And that brings us neatly on to the point where you just got so much mechanical grip. Obviously there's no traction control or driver aids, but in a car this light, with tyres this sticky, on a hot day like this, you really, really don't need it. So let's talk about some things which are, should we say, interchangeable. First of all, the power output. Here we've got 180 brake horsepower. And yeah, like any Caterham engine, you really have to rev it out to get the best from it. Apart from maybe a 620. Because it's supercharged, you literally get power at every point in the rev range in one of those, whereas sort of in this and in the 420 as well, you have to extract the performance a little bit more. But again, it's a very rewarding thing to do. And you know, this is a 560 kilo car with 180 brake horsepower. Trust me, it still shifts. The way it just darts into the corner on the power, the change of direction's excellent. And out on the brakes. I don't know if you can hear any of this, but I'm having too much fun to care. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. Supercars eat your heart out. You'll never have more fun than that. Love it. Oh, I love it. Also, the spec of this car, this is, I would say, the most road-biased Caterham I've ever driven. We've got this comfy seats, we've got leather trim on the dash. It's definitely the comfiest Caterham I've ever driven. I've done a fair amount of mileage in this car over the course of the week, and I must say I've been perfectly comfortable. And another great thing about Caterhams is because they're literally set up for British B roads, you think they're going to shake your back teeth out, but they don't. They're wonderfully compliant, either over some sort of the larger bumps and undulations, like that just there. Very, very supple. Another thing that I really enjoy are people's reactions to this car. So in a supercar, people will sneer at you a little bit, but in one of these, people love you. They wave at you, they let you out of junctions, they give you the thumbs up. People really, really love a Caterham. I don't know what it is, maybe they're just a bit silly, these cars. Maybe they're British and people warm to them a little bit better. But no, people love a Caterham when they see one. It's always an event, and most of the time you get a very positive reaction. So let's round this up a little bit. I mean, look, I've told you already, we love these things. They're so much fun. Yes, you know, they can get quite expensive. They are, you know, if you want a toy, they are a fair bit of money. You need a fair bit of disposable income to sort of justify having one of these. But you know, if you want to do the whole daily driver thing and have a Caterham as a bit of fun for the weekend, then crack on. Seriously guys, just go out and buy one. If you've always fancied one of these and never actually gotten around to doing it, just go out, test drive one, and if you like it, buy it. It's one of those things, you will absolutely not regret your decision to purchase one of these. I love them. Every time I get back in one, I feel like I'm in my happy place. And yeah, that's what it is. A Caterham is just a happy car, and the world is a slightly better place for having them. In the spirit of fairness, I should really talk about what I don't like about Caterhams. I suppose you don't want to lean your leg against the exhaust because it's very hot, but I mean, you should be clever enough not to do that anyway. No, there's nothing I dislike about a Caterham, no. Actually, now that I'm reversing, door mirrors are useless. Utterly, utterly useless. Like, there's no point in them being there. When you do set them, I mean, they shake everywhere, and then when you do set them into place, a little bit of wind just knocks them back again. That's about it, really.